Interesting. That's pretty cool. Morning. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's a lot. It's the day before the last day. Tomorrow's the last day for my kids. They're out for the summer. And they're super excited. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So yesterday I was able to like bag and tag. So like put tags individually on each item, write them down in the journal, put the amount that they are. So I have three humongous bins that are full, and they're like bags packed in within each other. And I have my con kit ready. Today I need to like dry, maybe wash and dry all my tablecloths. They don't look bad. They just been sitting or out in the bins for like 6 months. I might just like let them air dry, like air wind them out. I've used multiple tablecloths. I have a tablecloth that is on my table, which is like a teal baby blue. And when I'm at when I'm at conventions and craft shows that are a 2 day or more event, you don't really take down your sets. So what I do is I wrap um, tablecloths. I kind of connect them with these clips all the way around, so no one could peek in and pry. Usually when we're setting up and it's the end of the day when we wrap up, there's no more consumers, just the vendors in there, so your stuff is safe. And a lot of these conventions, they have part of the fee of getting the table fees, they have security and they have cameras to ensure everything is okay. Like I've expressed before, I've never had anyone steal from me, but I've had people in a row or a neighbor beside me that someone has stilled. The most I've ever had is somebody really wanted this Wonder Woman bag and they tried to switch the price tags out. And I knew because I'm the one that wrote all the price tags. And I appreciate that they loved my bag so much that they didn't want to pay full price for it, or they couldn't maybe afford the price that I was asking for. But that's one of the reasons why I do a catalog, having everything numbered so that way I can cross things off, and also I can create some kind of survey for myself. Like, what bag do people pick up the most? Like, what bag? Because you're going to get, oh, I love this bag, but if it was in khaki, I would love it better. So I write these little things down so that way I can see what I can change within my business, and kind of just, it gives me more information, more input, more feedback. Um, so today it's like getting all the tablecloths ready, folded up in there, all the little clamps, hangers, the shelving, the lighting, um, and doing all that. I'm going to do the cash box tomorrow or Thursday. Go to the bank and get money there. Believe it or not, there's still a lot of people that use cash. So cash box is really helpful. You can make it like a cash bag and have different slots inside of a bag for your ones, fives, tens, and 20s. I just do a box because that's also where I put invoices for people that I do a written invoice and what they want. It just helps to have everything all together. And that's also where I keep my square unit, and so that way it's there. Oh yeah, extra batteries for sure. I have to raid Kindle stash. Kindle's the battery man. Like, everybody, when we need a battery, we're all looking around to make sure if he's not home, we like have to sneak attack. If he's home, we're like, we need batteries. And he's like, are you sure? And he's like flipping all the batteries around. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's dead. Like 100% sure it's dead. um, so yeah, I have to extra batteries. I have battery lights on each one of my cages. I have my magnets for it. The only thing I have never successfully get done is a mirror. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that want to see the bag on them, but carrying a full size or even a half size mirror could be incredibly dangerous in these facilities, because your bags and your chest and all your material go onto this drivable like dolly thing in the back. And if it smashes glass everywhere, or if someone accidentally bumps into your table and it's not put it in property, it could fall. So I don't know. If you know me, you know I'm a klutz, and and I am accident prone. So I try not to do things that can severely injure myself and others. So I did have like a small little handheld mirror that did too crack. I'm looking for something maybe like 12 by 12 there, because it happens at least 6 times a con where a person wishes she can see what the or he wants to see what they look like. What I've been doing to kind of walk around that topic is I say, hey, hand me your phone, I'll take a picture with you with it. Okay, look forward, look back, I'm missing stuff. No, I haven't did that yet, Lynette. So I told them look forward, look back, like, and I'll take pictures so they can see what it looks like on their body, and I'll adjust it to what I think might be more comfortable, or give them suggestions. Yeah. So I take pictures now. But I do get a lot of people asking me if I have a mirror so they can see what it looks like. So I just now I'm asked I'll take either pictures with my phone or their phone so they can see. I try to ask for their phone so it's more private, and they know that their pictures are not going all around out. I still haven't figured out if I want to put a mirror in there or not, but it is something that's been asked for me so many times. Today is uh filling up my basket for like things like zip ties, all that stuff. I'm going to sew up the pocket for the Han bag and the strap, and I gotta find the white strap for the Doctor Who. It's driving me batty because I had it like 2 days ago on like Sunday or Saturday. I seen it, I rolled it up, and I put it to the side saying this belongs in this bag, and now I can't find it. So I need to find that one, and then I have one more bag that I'm trying to squeeze out today. It's a Doctor Who bag. I have this saddle bag for Doctor Who that I've been sketching out in my head, and then I just kind of sketched it out last night. And I was going to just do Rosie from Swoon. I make that bag. It's not a lot of components, but I always like the end results. So I'm going to see if I can finish that out. And then tomorrow I'm filming a tutorial and going over my list one more time to make sure I have everything ready. Thursday, the kids don't have school. I have nothing. Thursday's usually lounge day and do absolutely nothing, and just like, have tons of vitamin C, stay really hydrated, because they pump so much stuff inside those conventions that it makes you really dry and thirsty, and you're so excited that sometimes you forget to eat and drink, and it's really possible when you're a vendor. It's really important that I tell people to bring someone, whether it's a child, a friend, or someone that is old enough to let you go to the restroom so that you can go to the restroom, and that you can kind of remind each other to stay hydrated. Good morning. So, what I have to show you is I already showed you one bag that I did for Alchemats. I did another one. So she just is killing it out of the ballpark. I did a small, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this on Instagram yesterday. So she has a Spider-Verse. She has 2 prints. I'll show you the other print tomorrow. But she has 2 prints, and she has the Spider-Man logo and zipper ties. Zip pulls. I love the way this bag came out. I did some quilting on the back for like the spider web. Has a hidden zipper pocket. And then on the inside, the inside fabric is Notorious. I got it like a few years ago during their hero round, and it went perfect with the Miles. Is that boom, pow, bang thing. So I really like this one. My son he modeled it for me. He thought it was one of the best Spider-Man bags he's ever seen. So that means the world to me. But yeah, I really love this bag. You got your little magnet. Got some more boom pow. So yeah, I love this bag so much. This is one of my favorite bags from Country Cow. I don't see a lot of people making it, but it's easy to put together and it always looks really nice. It's sorry. So yeah, there's that. What else do I have? Oh yeah, like that's pretty much it. Today is do the rosy, finish up my bins with all the like not towels, but tablecloths, and all just putting all the paperwork into the bins, like the insurance information, my QR code. I have like this little stand that's cleared now that has the QR code sticker on it. So if they want to follow me on Etsy, they can. If they want to follow me on um, Facebook or Instagram, the links will all take them. If they don't want to grab a card, they can just scan the QR code. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. So yeah, basically that's all I'm doing today. I am super disappointed because I did not make my Wanda. And there's a part of me that wants to run out to Joann's and just get everything for her, but I know Joann's doesn't have all the material I want. And I don't want to put like a lot of money into a dress that is not what I had in my head. But I might still make a trip to Joann's to see if they have things close. And if so, that I can do that tomorrow or Thursday. I can bang out an apron in one day, but it's it's not a normal apron. All my aprons are just like they're very meticulous and they take a lot of time and a lot of pinning on mannequins and measurements and everything because I want it to fit perfectly on me because I'm selling things that I'm sewing. So if I'm putting together a costume and it looks subpar or it looks kind of like some amateur made it, then they're probably going to question my bag. So it's really important if you are going to cosplay selling bags, have the best cosplay and try to make it yours. It's nice to always say, "Oh yeah, I got it from this. I bought the sleeves from this person or whatever," but people want to see your talent in action. If that makes sense. So yeah, like one of my favorite costumes is my Doctor Who, and it's a full body corset that took me like 2 weeks to make. Oh my god, cutting those bones though, for real. Cordistry is a whole different ball game, and it's one that I really enjoy, but it's also one that is super taxing and takes a lot of your time and oddly, you can get hurt. Bone fingers, getting those bone tools to cut spiral steel wire is incredibly dangerous. Spiral steel wire, if you don't know how to cap the front and the end and the top, can poke through and cut you and cut through your material. It's not easy, but it nonetheless, I really do like making it, and I've been wanting to make another one, but I didn't have time. So I have everything else for the cosplay though. Like I have Wanda's headpiece, I have the fireball, I have my book. Um, I just need to have the costume. Okay, I know. I'm actually gonna buy some from Glitterbug when I get off the phone. I mean, when I get off here, I'm going to buy some from Glitterbug. They had a really cute print and had some jelly to match, and I'm going to get that. They also have Mave packs, so I figure I have this pattern. I seen it at Sandra's. That was a funny thing. The first time I actually seen the Mave in real life was at Sandra's during the retreat, and I did not know they were that small. I had no idea. I'm like, so is everyone just taking close-ups? Because I thought I don't know. I thought it was bigger. It is tiny. It is small. So but I want to make one just out of curiosity. So they have really cute Mave packs like Melon Moreau and all that stuff. And I'm like, hey, okay, maybe I'll pick up a Mave pack or two. I can see doing 130 because I was not prepared. Like when Sandra was like, yeah, that's the Mave. I was like, what? What is everybody doing? Because if you put it near on a body, that is small. And I get it. I'm 5'9", so everything to me either looks really big or really small, but it is tiny. I don't have very big hands, and I was like, this is this is small. Yeah, I like the look of it though. My thing is that I actually appreciate that it's that small. See, in the bag world, we either go really ginormous or we're like midweight, and like the smaller bags don't get a lot of love. That is the summer bag. It is essentially what a bum bag is, a fanny pack is. It's a smaller bag that can hold your necessities like your phone, your candy, all your candy, and like hold all your little things and have your change or your wallet in it, and you're good to go. So I just didn't, I guess when I bought the pattern, and this is my bad, this is case in point when I'm always saying people do not read right here, because the measurements are on the front cover. I didn't read them. That is my bad. I should have paid attention. Mm. I know, I've seen there I see I know you showed me one of those. I actually forwarded that to one of my close friends, Lynette. Lynette found a really cool one that was a Maeve pack embroidery that was HP, like Harry Potter themed, and I immediately sent that to my friend, advising her that someone showed it to me because she is like she reps for Ravenclaw like nobody else. Like I'm surrounded by Ravenclaws, but no one's harder than her and my other friend. They're just like legit. They rep for them. Um, so yeah, like I don't know. They have a made pack. I did also K&A Customs has a made pack. I put it in a order for one of those too, but I believe it's for size 120. So I will definitely reach out to Lynn to see if I can make a video or just like sew and do one. There's so many people that have really great videos for it. So I yeah, but I didn't know. I was like, wait, what is this? They were almost like, and she's like, they're like, it's the Maeve pack. And I was like, I've never seen it in person. It is so cute. It is really cute though. I want to see it on a kid though, because I bet it looks like adorable on like someone in elementary school. I bet it looks like too cute for school. I can see it really being a useful thing. Like my kids go out, they play during the summer. They go to places. That is a perfect bag for their cell phones to be on, and they can flip around and do all the crazy stuff that kids do, and their devices are secure. Um, so I fully on plan on making one so that way Hope has one, Faith and Ken can, because I think it's like the perfect summer bag for a kid because they're not, it's like no weight on their body. It's just this like right there. I don't know. Yeah, so I was thrown off. I just seen that someone told me, my friend told me about my pumpkin embroidery having no Glitterbug fairy having it. So I'm gonna order jelly and my clear vinyl and then a Maeve pack from them. I believe that's what I'm gonna order. So that we could be ready for next week. I know I could definitely see some people making it bigger. There's a lot of fashion. There's like a lot of bag suppliers that are making packs for them. So I think that's pretty cool too. Because the one at KA Customs, I hope I'm saying that right. They have you have to show proof of you own the pattern. You do that. Then each one of the panels are already like pre-printed. So you just have to cut around it and you don't have to measure like pattern pieces. I actually think that's kind of genius. And I hope more fabric companies come out with things like that because if you're able to get a whole entire bag on a yard, whether it's waterproof canvas, vinyl, or cotton, or twill, or whatever they use, and you have it printed exactly for the exact sizes of the panel pieces, and you don't have to get out your paper templates or whatever to do it. I think that's so smart. I think that is so smart because one, you don't have to worry about fussy cutting because all the pieces are fussy cut it for you, and two, you don't have to worry about busting out your templates, ironing them out because if you're like me, they're like folded every day, every which way, and recutting things out. I think it's pretty cool. I'm hoping because the Maeve has such a huge impact right now in the sewing community that other designers like reach out to people like Glitterbug or K Fabrics and work with them so that they can design the templates on a very specific piece of fabric and have a fussy cut. I thought, hey, because if you can have one extra person in your room to help you with one thing, what would it be? Mine's going to be cleaning because I like things exactly how I want them to be. And every time someone comes in here and helps me clean, I can't find things for months, sometimes years. sometimes never. But cutting, I would definitely have someone help me. So yeah, that's it. I don't have a lot to say today. Ken's graduation went really well. It was so hot and humid. They had little snow cone machines at their school. It was so cute. Um, Teachers were freaking out. Teachers that taught faith in elementary school then turn around and taught hope and Ken, and they're just like they're freaking out because there's no more kids. There's no more Mabry kids. Um, it was hard. I like made them take pictures at the elementary school in different positions because it was like the last time I was about to have all three of them in their elementary school, and I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I was like choking back tears, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "My allergies don't mess with me." Yeah, I absolutely hate people clean my room. It's because they put things back. There's a method to my madness. So, yeah, but yeah, it was a, it was a good day yesterday. Nothing uneventful like Loki being Loki. He's like, I think he's happy that I think he knows the kids are going off for summer. I don't know what it is. Like as soon as the first one hits the door at 12, he's like all over like Faith. Like he is all over her, just giving her loving, suffocating her. His normal Lokiisms. And then the other two, so he has them for a longer period of time. So like he's running back and forth, making them chase him. Like it's really hard to explain because Loki's with me most of the day, and sometimes he comes down here and chills and like grabs something and lays on it. But generally, Loki only asks me to get water, food, or like if he wants something else, I'll play with him, whatever. I don't have to chase him around the house because he has like a shoe in his mouth. But as soon as my kids step foot in this house, that's how you try. That's his version of playing is like chase, come and get me now. And I'm like, it's the weirdest thing. Like if we had cameras in our house, Loki doesn't do any of that with me. Like he doesn't grab something for me to chase him. And he's a very interesting puppy. I don't like people. It's weird because like I even have there's a method to my madness when it for my room. If you're directing traffic, I could totally get that, but then like they're looking at you like why see, no, it wouldn't happen that way. They want to direct traffic. They'll be like, but if you do it this way, and then I'm like, you can go. Like, goodbye. You're the weakest link. Leave. I don't know. Oh, did you hear Wheel of Fortune dude? He's gonna be retiring after this season, after the fall season, whatever. So next year's like this year and the rest of next year will be his last year. I was like, that's crazy. He's been doing it like a little bit longer than I've been alive, I think. So I'm like, wow, that's pretty sad, but pretty cool too. Like that's a long run. And he had, I mean, think he had to be in his late 20s, early 30s when he started. He's solid. That's a pretty solid track record. Yeah, Pat. So I was listening to the news and he said that he's announcing his retirement. Yeah. Okay. See, you have if you clean and I'm not in the house, I'm still a control freak. It's just weird because like they're like for example, somebody moved this stupid adjustable strap. I seen it all last week. And then things got shifted when bags started going upstairs, and now I can't find this white strap. And I'm just like, I know I made you. I know I seen you like 100 times last week. Where are you? Oh, I don't know because bags got moved. Now I can't find it. So, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah, Pat Sajak. So yeah, he's retiring. That's crazy, right? But I mean, that's cool. I mean, he did a whoever tries to walk into his shoes, it's gonna be a big, big shoes to fill. It's kind of like Jeopardy person, like how they kept like they keep switching around people. Even though I think that Blossom person should have the job. She's funny. She's incredibly smart. What she has like She has so many degrees. And like she was the only person part of Big Bang that actually had a degree in what she was playing as a scientist at. That is like the craziest thing. I had no idea. I thought all of them were just, acting. No, she was the only one that really had the degree. Um, I hope that they give it to her full time. I haven't watched Jeopardy in for so long, but yeah, I feel like when you have shoes like that to fill, it's really, really hard. Um, it's just hard because people have like a nostalgia thing, like American Funniest Videos. Like I felt like nobody was funnier than Bob Saget, but my sister loves what is his name? Guy from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. My sister loved him like as American Funniest Video. His voice was annoying and grated on my nerves, so I was like not feeling it. But like it's hard when people have like that nostalgia and they're used to that same person saying it over and over again. I don't know. Oh, no, Julie. Everyone goes into my sewing room. Everyone. The dog. The only one that respects the boundaries is Roxy. That's it. 70 years old. That's an awesome birthday. I know. I didn't know that, and I think that's why I found it out because I was listening to local news because they keep talking about like, okay, again, if you guys haven't seen Cocaine Bear, you need to see Cocaine Bear. But they keep bringing up bears in Maryland, and there was a person that like his specialty is studying bears, and he's like, there's always been bears in Maryland. There's bears in the Blue Mountains, and like he was like he's like I don't understand why people are surprised by this, right? There's been so many bear like spotting situations with dogs in Maryland like crazy for the past like month. And again, I remember when I first moved here, I was like, Kendall, there's bears. And Kendall's like, no, there's not bears in Columbia. I'm like, dude, there's bears. Cause I used to walk like weird trails. And he was like, no. And when all this started happening, they start showing all the bear footage on like, those little what is the little cameras that the doors rings. I was like, right, there's no bears in Columbia, Maryland. Right. Most of the one with the attack with the dog actually happened not too far away from our house. But my dad also, when he moved out here, he was like, you know, there is bears out here, right? Okay, so I come from California, where we lived in the Inland Empire in Los Angeles and Orange County. There are hiking trails, but nothing that has bears. You actually need to drive a little out of your ways to go hiking, and then we have like the bobcats and just crazy things. Like the first time I seen a roadrunner was out there. That they are not cute animals. I'm so so like I'm used to that. There are bears in certain parts of California, but it's like the literally like Joshua Tree. Like you have to go to a national forest area. Now, when you come to Maryland, you basically feel like you're living in the national forest. You're there. Not the forest lives around you, kind of like California, you are in the forest. There are so many things I've seen out here that I have never seen in my life. Like foxes. Like I always get some weird standoff with the fox, and then I'm calling Kendall like, dude, is it gonna bite me? If it's not foaming at the mouth, it's not gonna bite you. Now I'm freaking out, trying to like I don't know if it's foaming at the mouth. Like it's different creatures you see and different things, but there are a lot of animals out here and that are just like they're not afraid. Like deer's just coming up to you. It's just that is not a normal thing for me. My brother almost passed out when he first seen one and it touched his hand. So I mean it's just I'm not used to it. I am not Snow White. I do not like critters at all. So and I'm finding out more and more species. Like there was a species when the first townhouse we rented, there was these ginormous black birds that looked like crows, but were like the size of turkeys. And they would be at the trash only in the fall. And I'm like, what are these? And everyone's like, oh, they're crows. I found out like a couple years ago, they're like a weird hybrid, like a turkey crow vulture, and they're like terrifying to look at. They're so ugly. I don't really call something that's nature ugly, but they're terrifying and they're ugly. They're so ugly. They're So, so I'm not used to the things out here, but I did say that there was bears, and no one listened to me. They were like, "Oh, Shnova and her afraid of nature." There's a reason. There's a reason. So yeah, that's how I got to the Pat Sajak thing. They were talking about local news, and they mentioned him, and then they were talking about the bears, and that brought me back to I should watch Cocaine Bear, because even my daughter Hope, who does not like a lot of stuff, was like, Cocaine Bear is amazing. It's amazing. Yes, I think you're right, Virginia. Alfonso, yeah, you're right, Kendall. My hair's not. Let's see. They're shutting down all these. There's the bears are like out right now. Like I'm like something's happening, and I'm like, all right, I believe in climate control. I know some people don't, but I do. Something's happening. We finally got rain for like a month of not having rain, when it rains consistently in Maryland, like all the time. Something's happening. These bears are out. Like, guess what? You're gonna see us. I lived in California. I moved to Arizona, but before that, I moved a little bit of everywhere. I just always went back to California. In Arizona, me and Kendall met, and my job at the time was offering like transfers to either Philadelphia, Allentown, or Columbia. There was one other, West Virginia. So Kendall was like, "Oh, let's move to Columbia." Then he told his dad, and his dad was like literally excited about Columbia, because when his parents lived out in Maryland, Columbia was getting built, right? And they made Columbia to be a melting pot, where like every race, every religion, every walk of life can be embraced. And truly it is. This like I feel like when I go to other cities and people say things, it's weirded me out, because Columbia is really an embracing community. I can't explain it. It's a great place to live. It truly is. But with that being said, I feel like I feel like we're city, but I it's not. It's like country city. I can't explain it. We have things around us like a normal city has, like hospitals, malls, shopping centers, small businesses, big businesses. But if you were to look at us, you cannot reach your hands out side by side without touching a damn tree. It is like trees and plants everywhere. When we first moved here, I would drive down to Joann's, and it took 2 seasons. In the season when all the trees falling off, before me to realize that there was like a hospitality lane full of restaurants like Olive Garden, because it was covered in trees. Like I still forget about it unless it's fall, when the leaves are starting to fall before winter. I don't even know it's there. Like, it's it's a weird area, but I really do appreciate living here, because I get the urges of the big city, but I do understand the being the happiness of like, I guess, country life. But it's not like country like where things are far away. They just built the city to rely on itself. If that makes sense. It's like its own little Pan Am. So yeah, turkey vultures are scary. They're ugly, aren't they, Kelly? They're just no one gave me a name. I was like, they look like a crow and a turkey, and they're eating out of the trash, and they're freaking huge. Like not the small little turkeys, those ginormous big ones that you're like, holy crap. That it is. They're ugly. They're ugly. Turkeys are usually really pretty to me, and I think crows are magnificent and majestic. But the combination is horrific. Yeah. So when I first was out here, I'm like walking to my kids' school, getting my little exercise on. This fox comes out of nowhere, and it just stares at me, and like this, I'm in a cul-de-sac, not one person. It was 7:45. You mean to tell me not one person had to go to work? No one had to pull out of the garage? I'm like sitting here, I'm like, okay, if I stand still, it won't bug me. That's not the case. So I slowly reached my phone, and I'm like, Kendall, there's like a fox. We're like in a Mexican standoff. That's exactly it was. Just like we were just waiting for the other person to move. And he's like, you can move. if it's not foaming at the mouth. Like, so Kendall is used to dealing with critters. I am not. I'm a pansy. I'm not a good person. Okay, I'm a weak wimp, whatever you want to call me. I'm not good with it. Now he I stood there for another 10 minutes and I was about to cry to have him come down and just like move the car because not one car. Suddenly out of now it's 8:15, somebody was like, oh, da, da, da. You could hear their car bumping and then the fox went off in the other direction. But I was there for like a good 30 minutes not trying to move. I had no idea what to do. Just like the beavers. I was like, Kendall, there's beavers. And he's like, there's not. I'm like, Kendall, I just seen two beavers eating out of the recycling bin at the house. They're like reinvent, like they're pulling out all this wood. And he's like, no, there's not. So then when we were going to Giants, there was one on the side of the road eating wood again out of recycling thing. He's like, I guess there is. There are all kinds of little critters where I live, and I'm not used to it. Yeah, see, the turkey vultures are ugly. That's just oh, you have the turkey vultures in Austin. They're ugly, right? They're just you would think they would be like majestic. Like, how did that crossbreed even happen? I have so many questions. I met Kendall through my friend, my cousin Kim. She was dating his friend. It's a really interesting, complicated story. And I was at a water park, and we start talking that night, and I have never not talked to him since. Yeah, that's a town, right? I feel like I live in a town until I talk to my family in California where like there's more they live in the city. Like they have everything. So I know we're not a town when we don't have like normal fast food joints. Like we have to drive out of our city to get to a normal fast food joint. Good morning. Yes, there's so many trees. There's so many trees out here. And I think my kid's doctor, his name is Dr. Donkar. When we moved here, like all my kids' nose was running, losing their voice, and he was like, "That's allergies, postnatal drip." And he was like, "You live in Maryland?" Yes. He's like, "Then you're allergic to some tree." he was There's thousands of different species of trees out here. You're allergic to a tree, and I get it. It's true. Each one of us have like Ken, we were walking, his school's walkable. I knew people were going to drive in that from their jobs and park the car, and I didn't want to do the parking lot tango. So we just walked over there. As we're walking, we're about to get into the ceremony. I'm like, Kendall, what is on your face? My son, when he gets bad allergies, he gets hives. He had a hive from like that just was across his face, like it was like becoming like a like a mask. And I was like, so if you zoom in at any of the pictures, you're gonna be he has like a huge like he was having hives like all over his body. So I had to when we came home, he has to take the Zyzol, he has to put Benadryl cream on. It's Maryland. It's Maryland. We are allergic. That's why I was freaking out because I thought when I went to North Carolina for sure I was gonna have different allergies, and they were just like the same. Their trees are a little different than ours. I feel like they're taller, but yeah, it felt like home ish, but they had more readily available to them, if that makes sense. Like I seen an Ace Hardware. I have never seen a real Ace Hardware before. So I was like, I feel like I'm like that girl that stayed in the country all her life and then she's going to the big city to sing or dance. Yeah, that I had that moment, but I don't want to sing or dance. I just never seen an Ace Hardware or like half the restaurants that you appreciate your restaurants and your fast food joints. That's all I have to say. When I tell somebody that, yeah, we don't have Del Taco, we don't have In-N-Out, we don't have this. Like, if you want to see a Checkers, you have to go drive into DC or drive into Baltimore. Yeah, appreciate your fast food joints. I'm just saying. That's Loki. Yeah. Okay. I'm not mad at you, Jenny. I'm not mad. I usually if I'm watering the garden, because like the kids or Kendall's at work, I usually bring Loki with me. But there's an owl that keeps messing with him, and they have the weirdest and that's another thing. There's like owls, Like, and they come just perch on your gate, and you're like, you're okay with this. You're not afraid. I guess not with the talons you have. And there's one that like literally messes with Loki. Like, I want to get a ring light for the backyard because no one believes me until they see it. Like, Hope didn't believe me until she heard it. I was like, he hoots for like an hour. It's this weird game. Then he goes, flies down, and like perches on our fence. That's when I first seen what an owl's legs look like, and they're hideous. I'm sorry, they're majestic when their feathers are all down, but as soon as they show your legs, you're just like, wait, I was not expecting that. I never seen that before. Please keep your feathers on your legs, sir. I'm just saying. So, and what he'll do, Loki's a big boy, so he'll try to grab it. The bird flies up like 2 feet, lands back down. And they do this for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get a talent into Loki, so I have to pay attention to what he's doing so that he doesn't get injured. But yeah, he has an owl that messes with him. He's kind of a dick. I'm not going to lie. And I know when he's coming. He gives a fair hooting for about an hour. And I can hear it in the vents down here in the basement. Because the outside where Loki is right on this wall. So I can hear the owl hooting, and then I have to run upstairs because like Loki's scratching at the window to get to it. And I'm like, I'm going to start hosing it, but I know it's wrong. I don't want him to get hurt with the talon. Like, owls are not gentle creatures. They have these talons for a reason. So he's kind of a butthead. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's a weird thing. I seriously want a ring light because the animals that come out for Loki is the weirdest stuff I've ever seen. Just very weird. And it makes me feel like, yes, I was sheltered city all my life because I didn't know animals interacted like this. I thought maybe they would be like a little bit like Winnie the Pooh, but I was sadly mistaken. Damn you, Disney. Damn you. Oh, you have moose? No way. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I did learn about moose nuggets though when I went to some Magical Texas. I was intrigued, and I didn't know people made like jewelry out of it. I'm still intrigued by that and kind of grossed out. I'm intrigued though. Yeah, because a moose can kill you. Like, no. So if I see one in my backyard, I'll be like, we're not going out till this thing decides to leave. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, they are predators. Like, but it's messing with Loki. It's never done this with Roxy. Like, so the thing is this owl has been around since we've had Loki. Like, since he was 3 months. Like, I would remember baby Loki trying to climb up the gate, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then I would drink my coffee and I'll start watching it. He hoots, and then he comes and perch. And I was like, his nest has to be in one of these trees above our head because I don't understand. Like, is this a game? I know they're really intelligent creatures, but I do not understand this. It's a very weird thing. And someone else finally seen it. Was a BGE guy. They checked, your energy thing. He's seen it. And he was like, there's an owl in your backyard messing with your dog. And I was like, thank you, BGE, man. Because I thought it was in my head because no one else seen it. Then the other day, Hope was like, she was homesick and she heard the hooting. She's like, where's the owl coming from? I'm like, yes, somebody else will see what's going on. I don't know. It's a very, very weird thing. And it's like at the same time every day. Yeah. And it's really beautiful. It's all white with like not brown, but like, that brown that's almost blonde, but like bronze, I guess. Blonde hair, very beautiful, but his chicken legs are like scary. Like, I've never seen. I wasn't prepared for that. He only does that if I come out too. Like, his feathers get all ruffled up and I see his legs and he flies off. But yeah, I watch it because I'm like, I don't know. I don't want him to get hurt. And like, I don't know if it's like they're like communicating. I don't know. Because Loki seems to get a lot more wildlife than Roxy. Like, Roxy and bunnies, like, there's some stories with that. But Loki has a lot more wildlife and he gives more presents than any other dogs I've ever had. A lot of presents. Presents that we don't want at all. And then he gets mad when you take the presents away. Like, you hurt his feelings, and then he like looks away from you all day. It's really, he's a very complicated dog. I don't know what's wrong. So I know dogs are a reflection of their owners, so I'm figuring maybe it's Kendall's fault. 100%. I'm trying to get video. I don't have a ring light out there. It's a very weird thing. And like no one ever believes me until they do. So I have the BGE guy that came out here to figure out what was going on with their breakers. He heard it, then seen it. And then Hope, when she was sick this past week, and she heard it, she was like, where's the owl? So she went outside and she's looking around because we have like a woodpecker nest up there. We have a lot of different nests like right above us. We can, like it comes like right around 8 o'clock to 9. It's a very weird thing, and it's only once a day. That's it. And I feel like they're either communicating or the owl's just playing with them. I don't know. I'm not an animal expert. I'm observant. So I know I need to get the ring. Everyone already says that. I need to get the ring because I have this thing where I'm always afraid for Loki and not Roxy. Roxy does you will not be able to grab Roxy with a 10-foot pole. That girl will rip your arm off. She's medium sized, she's medium, but she's the head. She will protect me and my kids and my husband with all her life. She is vicious to anyone that's not us. She's just, that's who she is. And I love her for that. Like that, I feel like your dog is supposed to be protective. Loki, on the other hand, will do his big boy bark while wagging his tail at you. And you're going to be like, oh, I can just walk in. He's truly like Marmaduke or Scooby-Doo. He's a gentle giant. Like every time I think people are going to be afraid of him, they're not. Like kids go wrap their arms around him. He just has that I'm goofy, lovable kind of puppy. But again, there are vicious dog fighting rings here in around Baltimore and DC. And because Loki is a dog way over 100 pounds and black, they are usually the dogs that they try to groom for dog fights. So I'm always scared that somebody will take him because I've seen cars slow down watching him. He's majestic. He's a beautiful creature. But he's so docile, except when he leaves presents. He's killed some really weird stuff too. And I'm like, where did you go? Because you're only in the backyards. There's only so many mouse, birds, and weird things that you're like, I don't know how to even identify this creature that you can find. And he's like sitting down, wagging his tail out on the deck, and you're like, no, this is so gross. Hope, get the trash bag. Like, he's a very interesting creature. See, oh yeah, that my Jenny, my friend, her mom has like this farm in Syracuse. They do honey and everything. Her ring light, she usually plays it the next day every morning. There are so many bears out in her area. Every day she has bears trying to get into the honey. She has like the one, the whole beekeeper and like rows of it, and they have like defensive stuff so that the bears can't get in. But those bears, I guess when you're hungry or you particularly like something, when there's a will, there's a way. Because I swear to God, one of those things did like a whole MI5 like Mission Impossible stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? I have questions. Like, how did it go underneath like they have like these light things so that it can like scare them, and no, when they want something, they'll go after it. Yes. And that's it, Jenny. That's what she said. All it takes is one time. And her ring footage is interesting. I want to do it because I think it'll be interesting on my Instagram, because no one ever believes me until someone does. Because they're like, you're over exaggerating, you're afraid of animals. Okay, most animals, yes, I'm afraid of. I feel like that's a normal, healthy thing. I am not that person like, I understand the animals. I don't. I feel like I understand dogs. They want to be our companion, but that can't speak 100% of the I can't speak for an animal or read their mind, so therefore, you know. But yeah, Loki's Adventures. I even thought about having someone draw him as a book for kids because he does really weird stuff and he's pretty funny. I like Roxy's try and true. Like that is she's quiet. You don't ever hear her until you do. She doesn't like anyone coming to the door. She is a good judge of character. Like if Roxy is like vibrating and her like little mohawk hackles are up, I don't like you immediately because she does. um, but yeah, it's a he's a weird thing. He like him and animals like I don't know. He had chickmunks going across the deck the other day. I was like, what the? I just I can't with him. I just can't. He attracts weird animals. Yeah, you have to respect nature 100%. Yeah, like I tell everybody I respect nature. I don't know a lot about nature, and I'm also not one of those people that are really like curiosity, like, oh, is there a woodpecker? Let me climb this tree. Now, man, if that's where they have their home, leave them alone. I mean, yes, is it annoying to hear that same sound at 6 a.m.? But it's like now my natural alarm. So I mean, good morning. Yeah. Oh my, yeah. We okay. So Kendall, for our anniversary, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 years ago, he bought me butterfly bushes and they're about to bloom. So when they come out, I'll do like a captain's log in front of them. They're huge now. They're like massive. I wanted them because of hummingbirds and butterflies, but I purposely didn't have a place in the backyard because I knew Loki or Roxy at the time would have like annihilated the tree. So in the front of my house, by the front of our kitchen window, there's these massive ones. When all the flowers, close off and fall, they go dormant, and then they're summer. It's pretty much a summer and fall plant. As soon as they bloom, I'm going to show them to you. They're like when I was watering them yesterday, I like they're one of them is taller than me, and I'm like, this is going to be majestic as hell. I'm like super excited about it. I love watching hummingbirds. I love drinking coffee and just watching butterflies and hummingbirds. They're magical. Now, do the bees come with it? Yes. Yes. But I'm okay with it. No, I have no feeders. The plants, they go to the plants. So I feel like that's my feeder. They go to that I don't know what it is about that butterfly plant. Anything that flies it's attracted to that plant. Um, I mean, it is a strong fragrance that does come out. So that's it. I love watching them and drinking coffee. That's like my favorite thing to do because they'll come even in the rain to get to that plant. Yeah, I have now. With this being said, my son is terrified of bees, bumblebees, wasp, anything. So when we planted these, we didn't really think about the bee aspect. All I kept thinking was butterfly and hummingbirds. Yeah, and it's at the front door, so like you can see him like when a kid gets nervous, they like their shoulders go into their ears. Yeah, he does that. Like, and I'm like, I'll just stand in front of you or behind you, and I'll shield you. But actually, it's really hard to explain to him that bees sense fear stronger than a dog does, and that just makes him more nervous. So I stopped saying it. Yeah, I plant those. We planted two, and I don't know where he got them from. It took a long time for him to get. I think one of them he made from a seedling. The other one was like already like made, and they're both thriving right now. At first, I thought they were dead because the winter. I like because the couple winters before they were like small. They were only like 2 feet, 3 feet. Now they're one of them's almost 6 feet, and I'm just like, okay. So it was somebody else who was like, oh yeah, they as soon as it gets cold, they look like they're dead, and they're not. And then spring they started getting green and leaves, and now I can start seeing buds, and I'm really excited to see what they look like this time next month. So yeah, I do want to go to not of course not this weekend, but hopefully next week and go to a nursery and start gathering plants and seeds that I can have for the fall season. I'm really sucking at plants, so I reached out to some friends' parents, and I do want to have a garden year round. So I'm learning more about what seeds are good for my area, and because I want all my flowers to be dark. Yeah, my HOA lady's gonna love that. So, All right, well, I'm about to drink some coffee, stuff my face, and then work on this bag and hopefully find the other strap and be finished with everything bag wise today. So I will talk to you tomorrow, and I hope everyone has a good day and happy birthday. 70 is a big, good number. And hopefully everyone gets so today. If not, do whatever makes you happy. Bye.